I'm gonna get it this time, I swear.
Okay, I believe in you.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in there. I was working on some remedial guitar.
And in a very interesting way, too. I've never seen somebody use the guitar as a percussion instrument like that before.
Well, sometimes you just gotta break a few guitars to make an omelet, I suppose.
I hear that.
Anyway, welcome to episode 16 of Bonus Features with Alex and Robert. I'm Alex.
And I'm Robert.
And today we're going to talk about some stuff. But before we do, now we're just going to have a random interlude about sports. So your favorite team in the world, Iceland, man, they tied with Argentina.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't been following it really that closely, but I think, well, they're still in group play as far as I know. So we're not elimination. So we'll see how far they get. Yes,
I've been paying attention to the World Cup a little bit, but as a good American, I've watched none of it. Just been following the headlines and the big the final scores.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big soccer guy. I know that people like it and swear by it, and I don't think the sport's bad. I just, subjectively speaking, it's not my favorite.
Not your favorite. But you've been following some baseball, yeah?
I sure have. The Cubs are doing a little bit better.
Okay.
We're closing in on that National League Central Division. We're gonna get that Brew Crew out, even though, man, they're just so likable.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a skit the other day where it was like, did you see it? Like the Brewers, I don't know if it was the starters or like the bullpen. They made like a skit where they like recreated the hitchhiking scene from Dumb and Dumber, but like with like the cart, that little like baseball helmet cart that drives around. It was great. I'm like, I don't want to like these guys. Stop.
I did not see that.
It was fun.
All right, so that does it for the random sports interlude. Now on to the news.
There are some new names, specifically actually one name, added to the short list of directors that are being eyed to direct Black Widow. Cate Shortland, who directed Berlin Syndrome and Lore, has been added to the list. It seems that she is one of the three frontrunners. I guess according to Deadline, they're saying that it's her, Ama Asante, who directed Belle and United Kingdom, and Maggie Betts, who directed Novitiate. They're going to be the three at the top that are vying for this position. I think they said that they just met recently with Kevin Feige and Scarlett Johansson about it. So what do you think about this addition to that? We've already talked about Ama Asante and Maggie Betts. What do you think about her?
Well, this to me makes boatloads more sense than any of the other choices. Mm-hmm. Especially, I saw the trailer for what's called Berlin Syndrome. Mm-hmm. First of all, that looks like a pretty rad movie. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yes.
Secondly, it has elements of action and thriller and sort of, that kind of fits into the whole spy world in a lot of ways.
Not a far cry from the world that Black Widow would take place in.
Right. Like when I saw the trailer, I was imagining this style and this look and this sort of acting, and I was like, could this apply to Marvel? Specifically Black Widow, who is a little more serious in terms of story than the other characters.
Right.
I thought, sure, I think that would work out perfectly fine. There's nothing where I'm like, why is this a choice? Mm-hmm. This to me makes a lot more sense, especially because of the background that she has. She's shown that, or at least from the little bits I've seen, she's obviously shown that she knows how to do, more active, action-oriented visual movies.
Yeah, she also had that was my touchstone too, was Berlin Syndrome. Was like, all right, that makes the most sense. Her other film, Lore, which is like it's like a historical drama, but it takes place like in the aftermath of World War II. Also, I have heard like it has some like dramatic, like thrillery elements to it. I mean, it's about like 5 kids that have to like travel like 500 miles to like get to their parents' house or something, their grandmother's home or whatever. So even that is like, it's not a.
That sounds like that has adventure elements.
Yeah, there's an active story there.
Right, there's activity and motion.
Right,
involved.
There's potential for tension and violence and
Yeah, because these other directors, they seemed like their focus is character,
strictly character, yeah,
character and kind of for lack of a better word, slower moving movies.
Yeah, like emotionally driven movies rather than action driven. And I don't mean just like action, fights. I mean like action, like I just said, like these kids have to travel this distance to get somewhere. You know?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So
I think she's well suited for the job. She's my choice.
I would hope that she gets chosen, because that would put my mind a little bit more at ease. Mm-hmm. Especially because I'm really looking forward to this one.
Me too.
Especially out of the, 3 that are coming out that year, or supposedly. So they got Guardians 3, which I'm sort of on the fence about. Mm-hmm. Then they'd have this. And then what is the supposed third one? Maybe a Doctor Strange sequel?
I don't know. I mean, maybe Black Panther 2. Who knows?
Oh, well, okay. That I'd also be looking forward to. But in any event, I think a Black Widow movie probably would be the one I'd be most anticipating out of whatever else comes out that year.
Same here. And
then that will do it. So, side note, they actually hired Red Sparrow's production designer, Maria Jerkovic, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever, I can't pronounce it.
That makes even more sense.
Which I kind of thought that's almost too perfect.
Like on the nose, like
yeah. Because everyone was comparing Red Sparrow, and I saw it, and I really liked it, mm-hmm. but I didn't think it was exactly the same thing.
Right.
It's
a little darker.
A little bit darker. That's
just a little.
Just a tiny bit. But I thought that was interesting that they would choose her, especially after it was like almost a negative thing, the way people are comparing the two. Mm-hmm. Not in the way like this is bad, but it's like you're copying or whatever. And It's like, oh my God, there's lots of spy stories.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think she'll probably do a good job, though.
I think she's probably even more suited than Cate Shortland is to direct, but I'm hoping this project comes together.
Yeah, same here. So moving on to our next story, Looney Tunes Cartoons is announced. It's a project by WB coming up. They're saying they're going to make 1,000 new minutes of Looney Tunes shorts using all the classic characters, Bugs, Porky, Daffy, and all that. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of cautiously optimistic, and obviously I'm not expecting this to surpass the originals, because those are timeless classics.
It just won't.
What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the original Looney Tunes. I mean, who isn't?
Right. I
remember it was a big thing for me when I got to go over to my grandma's house back in the day, because her TV got Cartoon Network and our TVs back home didn't.
Yeah.
And whenever I mean, I don't have to talk up Looney Tunes. They're fucking awesome.
Right.
I remember just dying to watch Toonhead and just see all the different showcases they have. So whenever I hear this, I'm always going to be hesitant. What was the old one? The new Looney Tunes, 2015?
They've had a couple of different iterations. So there's obviously the originals.
Right.
And they've had a couple movies with Space Jam and Back in Action.
Right.
Then they had Baby Looney Tunes, which was it was so barely loosely even Looney Tunes, other than the characters, sort of personalities and names.
Remember Tiny Toon Adventures?
Yes, I do. And I think, honestly, of any of the... Would you really call that a Looney... It's sort of a spin-off, not really? Because it was new-ish characters?
Yeah, some.
Well, okay, I'm not really going to count that then. But Tiny Toons was the shit. But
it was. I'd say that's, the closest... Maybe the closest they got to, even being okay, or, being as good... as Looney Tunes.
It was awfully close, but obviously Looney Tunes is better. Then they had, what was it? Oh, they had one where it was the Looney Tunes show, I think.
Yeah.
And that one, I was like, what are you doing? Because they had, it was Bugs and Daffy are roommates or something.
Yeah.
It's wouldn't it be funny if their car got towed and they had to go to the DMV or I'm exaggerating, but the point is, they completely neutered the whole idea of Looney Tunes. That's exaggerated and ridiculous.
They regular showed it.
Yeah, they made it way too normal, and I'm thinking this completely defeats the purpose.
Yeah. So
then they got closer with, I forgot what it was called. There was another Looney Tunes sort of reboot.
Was that the 2015 one?
Yeah, I think
wasn't that called New Looney Tunes?
I don't remember what it was called, but
I'll look it up.
Those were closer, obviously, to the original spirit of the... What was it called? New Looney Tunes?
Was that Wabbit?
No, yeah, I think it was the Wabbit show.
Yeah.
Whatever. The point is, that was much closer to the original spirit of the older stuff.
Right.
And I thought that was... I think it had its... Like, there were some shorts I really liked and some where I'm like, what are you doing? So this, I would say, it'll probably be on par with the last one.
I hope so.
Just please, God, don't make it like the boring one, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So that's that. Moving on to our next story. Boba Fett and all other Star Wars spin-offs are currently being put on hold. Not super surprised because of Han Solo's semi-lackluster box office performance. And honestly, I'm not really all that disappointed, except for the Boba Fett. I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
See how that would have went.
See, I go back to just the ones that we've seen already, Rogue One and Han Solo. They're movies that we kind of already could fill in the blanks as to what happened. We don't really know what Boba Fett's upbringing / earlier exploits were like, and I would have liked to have seen that.
Well, we kind of do.
Well, yeah.
We know Jango's his dad.
We know he see
a
certain event on Geonosis happens.
That's right.
But yeah, I like that they're not just like, fuck it, let's just stay the course. They're trying to fix it. It seems as though they're also trying to, instead of focusing on the spin-offs, they're shifting focus to the new trilogy that's being developed from Rian Johnson. Insert your thoughts here, audience listener, because the opinions on Rian Johnson are everywhere.
I don't blame them. Wait,
Yeah.
he's directing all... No, I thought he got booted from them.
I know he's writing all three, or he's developing all three.
Well, I thought he got booted from that.
Well, he was going to do 9. He was going to direct 9.
Oh, okay.
But JJ's directing 9. He still wrote 9, though.
Okay, so what you're saying is I don't really have to worry about seeing the next ones in any event.
Probably not.
Nah.
It's a to each his own thing. Like, if you like Last Jedi...
I thought it was alright.
I like Last Jedi. It's not... I don't like it the most. I don't think anybody really does. Well, I don't know. That's not true.
No, there's a lot of people, trying to be, I think it was the best. Here's a 5-page article of nonsense to prove why I think this, when in reality I probably don't.
I just don't like that Star Wars isn't fun anymore. Not even the movies. Just the conversations about Star Wars aren't fun.
They're not fun at all.
And I hate that. I hate that that's the case.
Yeah, so basically Star Wars is just apparently the spin-offs are up a shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
So that's that with Star Wars. Moving on, we've got a trailer for a new slasher movie. Have you seen this one? It's called The Row.
I was shown this by you.
Oh, that's right. So you have seen it.
This is directed by Maddie Beckerman.
Maddie Beckerman, huh?
Yes, it stars some up-and-comers.
It's got some up-and-comers, but most importantly, we've got Randy the Natural Couture, former UFC star, playing one of the fathers of one of the college girls.
He's on a mission, Alex.
Oh, he's on a mission, and...
Girls are dying.
Right, because the movie is, of course, about these girls at college join this super secret sorority, and then there's some other plot elements that they kind of... I mean, I don't know how... I gotta put this out there. The trailer is edited terribly. Because there's okay, so they're at this college, they're in the sorority, they're all getting picked off and killed, and they kind of give you some other, inklings to other parts of the plot... or subplots, but not in the way that it's oh, I understand what's going on. Now I'll go see this movie. It's what the hell is that? There's just a bunch of little things where they kind of half explain, and honestly, instead of making you intrigued, you're just kind of confused.
Yeah.
But man, does this look good.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's
I can't wait.
It's so, I'm so confused.
Right?
I was just is this a thriller, or is this a murder mystery, investigation, sort of thing, or is this a horror movie? Is this a slasher?
It's a whodunit slasher, but it's gonna, it's gonna do? It's gonna devolve into an action movie, I bet, in the third act.
I hope so. That would explain the Randy Couture.
I've seen a couple of those where that happens. There's one called God, what was it called? It was something, I think it was another sorority slasher, where at the end these two girls get into a huge karate fight, and they even say, like, I've been taking karate too, and it's like, wow, this got bad all of a sudden, but I kind of love it. There's Andre the Butcher, because it's like a cheer squad is getting picked off by a butcher, played by none other than, what's his face? Ron Jeremy.
Oh, great.
So Ron Jeremy fights the last cheerleader. So
this movie could use a little bit more of Ron Jeremy.
I don't think he's in this one. But you know what? You're right. I think Randy the Natural versus Ron Jeremy.
That would be quite good.
That'd be an amazing last act fight. I would guess conventional wisdom would say that there's going to be some Randy Couture ass beatings dealt out in this.
I'm hoping so.
I am too. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. Because every line is literally delivered poorly in this trailer. Mm-hmm. It's we got a good amount of overacting and Randy Couture and some college hijinks. How can you go wrong with this?
Who knows?
I'm very excited for this. This looks like prominent 2 out of 2 bombs material.
It sure does. But moving on from that, we have our Joker movie about to ramp up production here this fall.
Hold on, you gotta be more specific.
Oh yeah, no, we have 6 Joker movies that are in development, but I'm talking about the Joaquin Phoenix, Martin Scorsese produced, Scott Silver written, Todd Phillips directed Joker movie.
That sounded like a Yosemite Sam introduction. Scott Silver writtenist, Todd Phillips directingist, Martin Scorseseist.
Yes, this is a very confusing project, but it's one that I'm nonetheless excited about in a weird way. Like,
yeah, I kind of am too, because it sounds like what they're doing is, as you've mentioned this to me a couple times, that they're doing this thing where it's similar to the comics. There's the main canon, which in this case would be the DCEU with Gal Gadot, whatever the fuck, which is Gal Gadot.
I think it's Godot.
Whatever. Fuck it. Anyway, that one. So with her as Wonder Woman and Ezra Miller as the Flash, and then it sounds like they're kind of doing this side universe, just like with Red Sun is not canon, or like Kingdom Come, or like any of those stories.
Yes.
So this is apparently supposedly going to launch. What's it called? Either DC Black or DC Dark?
Yeah, DCU Black or DCU Dark.
Yeah, as a separate label of DC. Mm-hmm. I think this is a good idea for a number of reasons. Number one, if the DCEU doesn't get any better, you can be like, oh, hey, well, at least we got these.
Right.
And it kind of, I guess, it gives you more DC, which is another thing. It's because their production schedule has not been exactly crowded.
No, especially recently. They only have one movie coming out this year.
Right, so that's... Yeah, exactly. They only got Aquaman, and then finally next year they're back to having 2.
Yeah, with Wonder Woman 2 and what's the other one?
Shazam.
Right.
And then they've got a bunch in production, but that's the other thing. This is apparently happening.
It is happening.
Because they're supposed to start filming in fall, right?
Yep, and they have some crew members. They have Lawrence Sher, who was the DP for War Dogs and Hangover, all 3 Hangovers. They have Mark Friedberg as the production designer. He did Selma and Noah. And then they have, fresh off his Oscar, Mark Bridges doing the production design. He was from Phantom Thread.
Okay.
So this is a project that's happening. It's moving forward. They're casting it. I saw some character descriptions for casting sessions the other day that leaked.
Who else is going to be in this?
A lot of characters I've never heard of. Like, not even like comic, like there's like a bunch of characters where it's like, I don't know, it's like one I saw was like, Joanne, she used to be an actress. She thinks she's a lot more attractive than she actually is in her old age. Like stuff like that, where I'm just like, there's like a bunch of like, it sounds like seedy like characters you'd find in like an early Scorsese movie, like Taxi Driver, or like Mean Streets, or Raging Bull, you know?
Right.
Which is what they pitched this as, is like, this is like Taxi Driver, Raging Bull. So...
But were there any other DC characters?
None that I saw. They're all like original characters.
Huh, that's kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of makes me a little less excited, I guess.
I mean, if there's little Easter eggs here and there, like if there's a, I don't want them to go the Gotham route. Like, here's every Batman villain before Batman.
No, but I mean, I don't know. It's like there's still so many question marks on this thing, and I'm wondering how it's going to turn out. And I don't know. I thought there'd be like, oh, he's also, like maybe if it was just one other person, like maybe one lesser known villain, like Victor Zsasz is like one of his henchmen, which I think would kind of make sense if they're going for this weird, gritty, taxi driver-esque world. That guy would fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, granted, Clayface might not be your first choice, but
maybe Black Mask.
Yeah, exactly. Like other gangster types. So I don't know. I'm just still kind of in awe that this is really happening, because I've kind of been like, I'll believe it when I see some movement.
It's just such a different movie.
Actually, yeah.
Like, especially for the director. Like, this is something he came up with. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Not that I'm upset, but like, this is like so out of your element. Right.
I guess it's kind of a matter of, originally I said, I'll believe it when I see a trailer. But this has a lot of movement on it where I'm like, whoa, I might take back that statement. It's just like, this might actually happen.
Yeah.
Because this, unlike certain projects that I've been waiting for, Silver and Black, this actually has some cast members.
And we have a filming time frame here,
Well, that's the part that makes me still skeptical about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that I saw an article that said, and we have a start date, and then it said in fall. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean in fall? And you put in start date in your article.
Yeah. But I mean, it's more than weirdly more than Birds of Prey, which we don't even know who's in that or who's fucking writing it.
Right.
Like we know who's writing it, but if they're still going to.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Is this seems to be on its way.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a sign of hey, this movie that doesn't have all the pressures of okay, we have to wait and see how Wonder Woman 2 does in order to greenlight the fucking Suicide Squad 3. Okay, we have to see what happens in Cyborg in order to fucking find out what's happening in Flash. This is its own thing. Maybe the pressures of all the DC EU BS are off of it, and that's why this thing is just raring to go.
That's kind of what I'd like to see, is the idea that, okay, if you do we can't do so and so because that won't fit into the current plan for the DCU. It's I don't know, Lobo, or a lot of people want a Booster Gold Blue Beetle thing. It's oh, well, what about this other side thing?
Yeah, now we can just transport that there.
Or it's this Birds of Prey thing's falling apart here. Well, let's try it as its own thing. And I think in a lot of ways, the way this DCEU has been set up, I think Birds of Prey might work better as a side thing. I don't know, that's just me. But that's that. Apparently this is happening. DC Black or DC Dark, whatever it ends up being called. I'm pulling for it. I'd really like it to work out.
All right, so moving on to our biggest headline here, we have, things are getting a little heated here between Disney, Fox, and Comcast. So Disney, of course, placed a bid for buying Fox, at least most of Fox. I think some of their television elements are not going to be purchased, the sports stuff specifically.
I think it's sports, and because this would violate antitrust laws, they cannot buy the whole, the network of Fox.
Okay.
Or the local, because that'd include all the local affiliates.
So
that's what I read. I don't know. This deal is getting complicated.
Oh, it gets worse.
So
in response to that, as some of you may or may not have read, Comcast came in with a $65 billion offer, all cash, by the way. And since that, in the wake of that, Disney has raised their offer to $71.3 billion, and that is a both cash and share offer.
That's billions, people, not millions.
Did I say millions or billions?
I don't know. I'm just emphasizing that it's a shitload of money.
Billions, guys. That's ridiculous.
Could you imagine all the trucks showing up with $65 billion? Just boys, open up the gates. There's just like a bunch of armed trucks, like armored trucks driving through.
Yeah, there's your Scrooge McDuck.
You just get
literally
like stormtroopers. Just see, that's what Disney should do. They should show up in Stormtrooper and maybe like other
Iron Man shows up.
Yeah, and just like show them opening the back of the truck and just like look at all that cash.
Oh my god,
that'd be awesome. And that's like, oh, they're so fun.
Yeah,
they go, wow, we're gonna go with them.
They open the back of the fucking truck. It's like, oh, sorry, there was a stipulation in the contract, little asterisk. By $71.3 billion in shares and cash, we meant porgs. It's like $71.3 billion of porgs come rolling the fuck out.
Porgs, man.
They're priceless. They're a priceless creature.
Oh, are those the annoying things that Chewbacca eats?
Oh, yeah. They're very lucrative, as you know.
Yeah.
As Disney made us so painstakingly aware of.
Right.
But this is very, to be frank, very scary.
Yeah.
This is the consolidation of media.
And again, I'm not going to be one of those people like,
corporations, man.
Like, again, yeah. I mean, we sort of are by being slightly dissenting of this, but I like Disney. I like a good amount of the things they make.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of that. Like, I hate all these companies. It's just the way we're starting to eliminate, not choice in a way, but sort of eliminate competition.
Yeah. I like having competition.
Right. It's almost like, it's sort of like a slippery slope kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because basically, if there's, 6 really large studios in all, and one's trying to buy the other, that's a third of movies, basically, excluding some independent stuff. That's kind of crazy.
Well, the thing about this is that I look at movies like, so yeah, Disney doesn't make bad movies, yes. But I agree with you. It's the competition's important because, like in a year like 2016, where it's like, wow, Captain America: Civil War was really good, Doctor Strange is really good. I like little changes of pace here and there, like getting a Deadpool. Where it's like, I know without a fabric of doubt, without a shred of doubt, like they would never, if Fox was owned by Disney, if they owned the Deadpool license, that movie would never have happened that way. And I like that it did. I like that Fox took a chance and they compromised what was a moray of superheroes at that point, which was clean, fun, family stuff. Disney wouldn't have done that. And I know it's like, it's just very frustrating to see this happen because I have to sit somewhere in the middle where it's like, I love competition, but I also like, I love the free market, man. I love having 15 different choices of deodorant.
Right, exactly. And it just feels weird that the idea of this even being a possibility, like how, because I was reading somewhere and this just seems like it's the case. Someone was saying that this is basically tailored to cut out any possible loopholes, or rather it was basically tailored so that it could use loopholes to make this deal go through to avoid antitrust laws.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if we got all the movies, most of the networks, like, no, you can't. It's like, okay, I've got it. You give them the news, you give them the sports, but we get the movies and the rights to all their TV stuff, but not the network. It's like, we're really, I know we use this expression a lot, splitting hairs to make this deal go through.
And for people who are just like, this is just Disney and Fox and Comcast, who cares? It's like, it's not. We just had a court approve the merger between AT&T and Time Warner the other day.
Right.
Which is like further, media conglomerates glomming onto each other even more so. It's just like, it's not great,
Yeah.
I like having options. I mean, even shitty ones. I like the fact that there are studios like fucking Asylum that exist so I can watch horrible fucking movies.
Sometimes, and how would we ever get The Row?
Oh, yeah.
If everything
was owned by 3 different companies.
Imagine this. Like, imagine the future. It's like, it becomes like almost like a Marvel and DC, but like worse.
Yeah.
Like, because how like Images sort of popped up, and then there's other ones like Oni. Obviously, those are the top 2. But imagine the future. It's something along the lines of Universal and Paramount like buy each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. like, well, okay, Universal, which would be Comcast. Comcast buys Paramount. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. And then you have Disney and Fox are basically one thing.
Right.
You're really cutting out a lot of choice, I guess. Mm-hmm. Or would the number of movies be the same? Is that something we may be missing?
I don't know.
Maybe okay, here's a question. Do you think the bigger problem is the number of movies would change, or that the variety is the bigger issue?
I think the variety would be the biggest issue.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because they're kind of under one banner in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it sucks. I'm a little scared of it, but I don't know. I hope something happens. I'm hoping for some divine intervention here.
That's the thing, is I'm having a hard time believing that somewhere along the lines they aren't going to run into legal troubles with this.
Right.
And I don't think I don't know what it would be. I can't imagine that this, if it does pass, I feel like it's going to have a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's just where does it end? That's kind of the question.
Hopefully it ends very, very not far from here, but I hope it doesn't keep going. Well,
I mean, what is the other alternative? Fox can't just back out. Like, could Fox back out and be like, nah, actually, fuck it. We're just not interested in either one of you. Mm-hmm. Is that possible? I don't really think it is at this point. They seem pretty intent on selling.
They seem like they're apt to just be sold.
I feel like they're in the exact position they want, though. Like, yes. Bidding war, dance puppets.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys posted.
We'll keep you posted. And if Stormtroopers and Iron Man are involved...
Yeah, or Porgs.
Or Mickey Mouse. Whoever's going to show up to the party, we'll let you know. So that does it for the news. Moving on, we've got some reviews. I didn't see anything last weekend, but Robert did. He saw 2 movies.
I did. 2 very, very, very different movies.
Yeah. One involves, I don't want to give away spoilers. I was going to give a massive one.
They both involve just your simple American families.
Yeah, they're both family film. That's actually, they do have that in common.
Yes.
Both family films, Incredibles 2 and Hereditary. Why don't we start off with which do you want to do, the depressing one or the non-depressing one?
Let's do the depressing one.
All right, let's get the feel-bad movie of the year, according to you.
Oh, man.
Not that it's a bad movie, but it's a feel-bad movie.
Yes, and I think that's the point.
That was A24's Hereditary.
Yes, it sure was.
Starring Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, Gabriel Byrne, Ann Dowd, Millie Shapiro. Directed by Ari Aster. First-time director. He's never directed a feature-length film before. He's directed some shorts here and there that don't look like horror movies, and I was kind of shocked because this is a truly horrifying movie, but not in the ways you'd expect. It's not horrifying in terms of like, boo, ooh, we're in a haunted house, and ooh, there's a spooky guy running around. It's nothing like that. It's horrifying emotionally. I won't spoil things because I'm going to fail to depict things correctly in the way that this movie depicts them. But it's weird how the first half of this is very much so. So it's Toni Collette and Gabriel Byrne and the 2 kids, played by Alex Wolff and Millie Shapiro. Their grandmother dies. They're dealing with that death and the funeral. And just sort of the aftermath of that, dealing with the grief. And I won't say how, but the movie takes a turn, and it kind of rope-a-dopes you with what you're expecting from the trailer, perhaps. And from that moment on, it was just it felt like the movie like punched me in the balls. Like, it was that bad. Like, not in a bad way. Like, it was, if you've ever had a death in the family, or like you've ever had to see something just like really emotionally distressing, like that has to do with your family, it feels like that. And oh man,
a movie did this, huh?
A movie did this, and it's
this movie assaulted you and made you feel like you were having a distressing family moment. So
yes,
okay, so let's get into, because you and I were kind of talking about this a little bit before. What kind of horror movie is this really? And I know I know subgenres can kind of be tedious, but you can't act like they don't exist. Like a slasher is a slasher, a supernatural is a supernatural, a monster flick's a monster flick. Mm-hmm. And I kind of, or at least it seemed to me like it was a horror possession film. Is that right or wrong? Or
like a supernatural?
Like a supernatural possession film, similar to The Exorcist. And I was hearing a lot of bogus claims. This is like the best since The Exorcist. I'm like, I'm sure it's good, but like, let's calm ourselves.
It's not as good as The Exorcist, but it's very good, and it's.
So how? Okay, sorry.
It is a supernatural horror film, I would say, by definition. The thing about it is that it very much so lives up to that. Only in the second half, I would say, even in the last third, it lives up to that. The first 2/3 of this is strictly like just emotional distress. Like, it's just showing characters that you kind of like and don't want to see bad things happen to just be put through the ringer and deal with horrible fucking shit. Like, really bad stuff. And whenever it tried to do the horror stuff, I wasn't so much scared, and by that I mean like stuff involving the supernatural. That stuff didn't scare me so much as just seeing the more grounded stuff happen.
Right.
Because there's some non-supernatural stuff that goes on in this that's, a character will say something to another character, like reveal a truth about them, or like something will happen to another character physically. They'll do something will happen. It's just that stuff. It hurts to watch,
So it's like the dialogue and the realistic moments are unsettling.
Yes. Okay. It's weird. It's not very spooky. Like, I went home and slept like a baby.
Right.
But it's just a very depressing, bleak fucking movie.
So is this kind of like how a lot of slashers will start off, like, at their core, they start off as like raunchy teen comedies almost. Mm-hmm. And then once it's like, usually it doesn't take as long as this apparently, but usually like, about half hour and the first person gets killed or whatever, and it's like, okay, now this is full blown a horror movie.
Yeah.
So it kind of does. It's a family drama at first.
I would say so, but it's like, it's a family drama, but I would say there's emphasis with horror emphasis. Like, it's so weird. I've never really seen a movie like it, because like the first 2/3 is like not for the faint of heart, not even just on an emotional level, but like visually. Like, there's gore and like really fucked up images, and like, but they're not things that necessarily wouldn't happen. You know, they're like real things that have happened, I'd imagine. But
so this is like some Final Destination shit.
It's interesting you brought that up.
All right, I've had enough. I've like, what you're saying is like, I feel like I can't fucking understand this movie. It's spoiler time.
So
the little girl dies. You told me that. She dies pretty horrifically.
Pretty goddamn horrifically. So I'll try and explain it as best as I can. She has a peanut allergy. He brings her to, the brother brings the little girl to a party on Toni Collette's whim. She's like, hey, you should bring your sister to this party. So he's going there. He's trying to score with some chick. He wants to smoke pot with her and do extracurricular activities, if you will, at this party. So he
bang her.
Yes. So he scoots his little sister off and like, hey, there's some cake over there. Why don't you go eat some cake? Of course, the cake has nuts in it.
Okay.
So she comes into the room and is like, dude, we have to go to the hospital. And he's like, okay, fuck. So they drive home in the dark.
Yeah.
And they're gonna drive to the hospital, and she's like in the back of the car, like gasping for breath, and like she's like asphyxiating. So she rolls the window down to stick her head out and breathe, and the dude he's like looking back, and he's like, "Don't do that." And he looks back in the road, and there's a body in the middle of the road. He swerves the car out of the way, and she gets decapitated by a telephone pole. And guess what the fucking kid does? He drives home and because he's like in shock, and it's so fucking good, because he's just like, they don't even show the body really, they just like, it's like a close-up on his face, and he's just like sweating, and he's like, fuck, and he just drives home and like gets into bed in shock, and the body's still in the fucking car, and like we're like holding on his face the next morning.
But I thought you said the body was hold on. She sticks her head out the window. The head gets knocked off, but the body stays in the car.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were saying the body was out of the car. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, no. Her body is out of the car, like, while she gets it cut off, but, like, it falls back in, I guess. But we're, like, holding on this kid's face, like, the next morning, like, as you hear Toni Collette, like, downstairs saying like, I'm gonna go to the store and grab some balsa wood or whatever.
Oh,
and like,
man.
it's like,
well, because she's weird and she likes doing the miniature stuff.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with the possession stuff later?
Not directly. It's more of just like,
no, it's just she's just odd.
well, I mean, like, she's her job. She like makes models for like companies.
All right.
But like, she also does this thing where like she makes models of life events that happen in her life just to cope with things.
I knew there was something weird about her.
Right.
Okay.
And there's other weird stuff going on with her too, but I don't want to spoil everything. But this is like in the first half hour, and I was stunned. I'm like, they just killed like a...
Okay, so they killed her. Now, this is what I'm saying. Get to the point, like, what is the monster? What is the thing?
Oh.
Who's killing them? This is what I want to know, damn it.
This is the grandma.
Right, because that
She
was
placed a
kind
curse
of... that was
on
kind of
them.
implied. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a curse that...
Sort of.
This is what I'm saying. What the hell is it?
It's like a pagan curse.
Okay, it's a pagan curse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a possession. It's just a curse thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not really a possession movie, but it's supernatural, I would say.
Ugh, okay. See, this sounds... I hate movies. This shit doesn't interest me.
See, that's what I mean. Is the first 2/3 of it did very well, and when it revealed what was actually going on, that was when the movie wasn't as good, because I'm like, all right, that's what's going on.
It's just, to me, I find any curse kind of bullshit. It's not scary.
You leave the Mummy movies alone, you bastard.
They're not scary.
I know.
Those are action movies. First of all, and secondly, I love the Mummy.
I know.
And you know that one of my favorite movies of all time is a spinoff of the Mummy,
yes.
Scorpion King.
We won't talk about
But what I'm
Dragon
saying
Emperor.
is, I just like, I felt like this looked like it looked good in terms of like cinematography. It looked like it had good acting, obviously, because Toni Collette's great.
She's amazing
She's
in this.
Really good in Imperium, actually.
Is she in that?
Yeah, she plays what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe's handler.
That's right.
FBI, like undercover handler. Yeah, I think I've mentioned that here before.
That.
Point is, there wasn't a lot that looked like particularly bad about it. It's just I always hate these movies where it's like, oh, it's this curse thing that's like not exactly explainable. It does stuff to you. It's like, that's not scary because that's literally impossible.
Yeah.
I know there's suspension of disbelief, but like, a monster is a living, breathing thing. So it's like, I can at least be like, you know what? What if an alligator did like eat something weird and he was radioactive and huge? Even though I know that's impossible, but that's at least more... That's slightly less impossible, if you get what I'm saying.
And I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can interpret this movie. It's like, it's kind of a monster movie, but the monster is the grandma, like from Beyond the Grave.
But the grandma does not manifest in any physical form, does she? Oh my God.
Not really.
Oh,
I don't want to. I'm going to say no, but
no, just fuck it. Full spoilers. This is driving me crazy hearing about this shit.
So
what is it?
So what happens is at the end of the movie, and this is full spoilers. They want to use the body of the son to
the son dies later.
No, they want to use his body as a vessel for Payman, who is one of the 8 kings of hell.
Okay,
as a pagan deity.
All right.
And the reason they do this is like, the grandma places the curse, and she's like a part of like this weird fucking like sewing circle-esque like satanic cult that like they have fucking place a curse on them.
Cults are a little. That's something I can get behind. Cults are like they're a physical thing.
Yeah, and they have a huge presence in the movie, and it is pretty fucked up. But for me, that wasn't as effective as just like seeing bad shit happen in this family, and like the concepts in play were fucked up because a lot of that shit happens off screen. Just like knowing that like this grandmother like fucked her whole family over is like,
why? Is there any reason?
Oh, she's like deeply.
Just a jerk.
They say like she had like dissociative identity disorder, and like the whole family has a history of mental illness and shit, and like that brings in the title, like
right. I kind of figured
they're inherited and all that mess. It's just god damn it.
See, it's just I don't like these horror movies where it's like there's something, but we don't know what it is or what it does, but shit just happens. People die. How do they do it? Who the fuck knows?
No.
See this movie called Things Happen in
the Night.
Yeah. Things Happen in the Night. Shitty things.
Yeah. And thankfully, this isn't that. It's like, no, there's a very real thing that happened, and it's like kind of like supremely fucked up that it's that close, that it's like, yeah, like what if like your grandmother like fucked your whole family over because she was like in some satanic cult? Like,
all right.
I mean, that doesn't sit well with me. Or like, what if you had to like get in your car and see the dead body, the decapitated body of your fucking daughter?
Yeah, see, that's what I think would have been a lot scarier, is a little bit of the more the cult stuff.
Yeah, and there's a decided difference. I mean, the first half is mostly just them dealing with that loss, and like the relationship between Toni Collette and Alex Wolff is like strained because like one of them obviously blames the other. You know, she's like, "You fucking killed my daughter," and he's like, "Hey, you're the one that wanted me to fucking take her to the party." So it's just like, God damn it, it's so fucking depressing. And like, by the way, the reaction that Toni Collette has to that might be like the most like fucking authentic reaction to like a death I've seen in a movie in a long fucking time, especially that kind of death.
You know what's weird? When I think of authentic reactions, movie is awful. Mm-hmm. But if we're on the subject, Brad Dourif in Halloween 2,
yeah,
like that was pretty gut wrenching. Even though it's an awful movie, he brings it.
Brad Dourif is an underrated actor.
He's just an underrated.
He's Billy Bibbit, man.
He's Billy Bibbit and Chucky.
And he's fucking Wormtongue.
Off topic, though. So there's this one part in Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest where like he starts to get angry. Mm-hmm. You can sort of hear the Chucky voice when he's like, "Let me out of here!"
Really?
It's like funny. It sounds like Chucky for just an instant. I'm like, so that's where that came from. It came from Billy Bibbit. Is it Bibbit?
Billy Bibbit, yeah.
Yeah,
and who put you in this room, Billy? McMurphy. God.
Anyway,
what would your mother think about this, Billy?
Right. So, Toni Collette brought it, and I had no doubt that she would. Mm-hmm. She's honestly, I think she's pretty underrated.
I'd say she's like supremely underrated in like a lot of things. Like she's great, and she was in Little Miss Sunshine, right? Am I losing it?
I didn't see it.
She's good in Sixth Sense. She's good in a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it's just there's something about these when you're so obscure about what's going on. Sometimes, again, as much as I hate a trailer, it gives away everything. Mm-hmm. I kind of figured there'd be like, what's the mystery? I'm like, I kind of don't care. Mm-hmm. But this sounds, I don't know. This sounds like there's like some interesting plot elements.
It's definitely different. Okay. And I super applaud it for that. Because you know what? God damn it. As much as I enjoyed movies like Lights Out or like the Conjuring movies, it's like, fuck, I've seen shit like that before. Yeah. This is very different.
This kind of sounds like it's not, though.
Well, I'll say...
It kind of sounds like they mixed Final Destination with a supernatural possession-ish movie.
The thing
is, tell me
it's
it's not supernatural. Like you're crazy.
It's supernatural, but it's like it's something about the depiction of it that's like it feels real. Like this feels like a real thing. Like there's no like overly like there's no, even like The Conjuring. Like there's a scene where like someone's flying around the room and someone flies through a window and like shit like that, or like even The Exorcist is like he throws himself out the window and down the stairs and all that shit. It's like. That there's not really any of that in this. It's just...
What about the dude who gets bashed around? They showed in the trailer.
Which guy?
The dude, he sees himself smile in the mirror when he's not.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's the way it's depicted.
So who
didn't feel
is that
fake.
kid? The son?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that scene's really...
none of them look alike and look like they
weird.
could be related. So
it's very weird.
Okay,
but that was...
So he gets bashed around. Does he die in that scene or no?
No, he breaks his nose though.
Okay,
but it's... Oh man.
All right. So what would you give it?
Probably an 8 out of 10.
An 8. Okay.
I liked it. I mean, I gave it a 7 initially just because I was so off-put, if that's a word.
Right. Sometimes you have to give it a thought. And for instance...
Yes.
Side note, I kind of went back on Deadpool 2. You know what? I agree.
Yeah?
I think that the first one was better. Now, like, I really thought about it, and I was thinking about all the shit we were talking about, how bad the story was. Mm-hmm. Or, like...
How not
great it was.
Yeah.
And I think I was just distracted by how much better the action was. Mm-hmm. That, you know what? I'm taking back my score. What did I give it?
8 you gave it?
I gave it wrong. It's a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it a, what would you give it?
You know, now that I've given it more thought, I would say 3.5.
Yeah, that's a little. I'd still give it a 4. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. It's still not as good as the first.
Right.
But this is
But
really
back to
this is really different, and I liked it a lot. I think this director's got a lot of talent. I mean, the movie's made really fucking well. The music is also really good. Music, like in horror movies especially, that shit, if you do it right, dear God, like you can really sell a moment. And a lot of them are sold through music. It's a really, really enjoyable movie. The acting's pretty good. I want to say 99%. There's one scene from Alex Wolff that's like not acted well at all. And it's a crying scene, so it shows a lot. But the rest of the movie's really solid. It's just like I never want to see it again.
All right.
It's off-putting and
so it's like
not for me.
So it's like Grave of Fireflies or the, you know, this, when I'm in a bad mood, I pop in my VHS of What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, dear God.
Nothing says joy like watching them burn down the house.
The mom in it.
Yep. Good times. Fun stuff. All right, so this was a super fun movie, it sounds like. So you'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yes.
And I haven't seen it, and you kind of made it sound like a downer.
It is, without a doubt.
Maybe on cable.
Yes. But moving on to a happier movie.
A happier movie. We got some Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Now, I didn't see this, and it was weird. You know what happened? It's kind of like when people are like, you know, I'm going to kick his ass, bro. And it's like, oh, there he is, man. Well, you know, maybe I was acting too brash. That's how I end up doing with movies a lot. I'm like, I'm going to see this for sure, man. I'm going to definitely open night. And then it's like, dude, it's opening tomorrow. Sure you want to get some Fandango tickets for? You don't know. Maybe I'll wait.
Right.
And I just realized I kind of lost interest because the window, it was a little large.
Yeah. That's
for between this one and the first one.
14-year window.
Exactly. That's a long time. So I didn't even when I think about it in my mind, I think 10, but I keep forgetting 2004. It's a long time ago. So I don't know. I kind of skipped this one for that reason. I figured, I'm sure it's good. I just didn't think it'd be better than the first one. So was I right to think that?
Well, it isn't better than the first one.
Okay.
But I think it depends on, well, how much do you like the first Incredibles?
Love it.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I like the first one a lot. I soft love it. I give it like a 4 out of 5. I don't know why. Maybe it's just, I don't know why. That's a different review for a different day. But maybe that has something to do with, like, I kind of like this one a little bit less, but not that much. I'd probably give this a 7.5 out of 10, just giving my score already.
Okay.
But it's still very enjoyable, and there's still a lot of really good, like, all the stuff you expect this movie to have going for it really does.
So Jack, he's all over the place in this one.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. And they you know, I was worried it was going to be like he was going to be the MacGuffin of the movie, like, oh, we're going to steal Jack and, you know, experiment on him and stuff. But he's not. He's just like another character or another plot element. Really funny. He has a scene involving a raccoon that's just like one of the best movie moments of the year so far.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It reminded me of something like out of Looney Tunes.
So you're saying that maybe I should reconsider now that I know it won't be as, it's still plenty good though.
Oh yeah, there's a lot good in this.
Okay.
The action is really good. Like there's a chase scene involving a train and Elastigirl on a bike. My God, is it good? Like it's so fucking good. It's that kind of like inventive Brad Bird set piece stuff, like the shit from like in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and the first Incredibles. Just even more on in this. You know, like more of it, even more so. And it's, you know, that's just one set piece.
It's weird that you mentioned that because in seeing those trailers a bunch of times, I kind of felt like there was a weird thing reminding me of the other one.
Right.
Whenever I'd watch one or the other. So the action was pretty ramped up.
Oh, yeah. And obviously the animation's better.
Okay.
That's just going to happen regardless.
How was Frozone?
Oh, Frozone's great.
Did he have a big role?
He has a somewhat big role. He has a good scene in the beginning, and he shows up towards the latter half of the film.
Oh, okay. So he's not really in the middle.
No, but he does have some time to shine. He has a lot of great. He also has some interesting, use like new like freeze powers that I haven't necessarily seen. Like he, in addition to making like ice, like he can make like slush, like snow and like slushy snow, which is interesting. And the animation on that is fucking badass. Like, dear God, has it gotten better?
That's what's crazy is with CGI animation in particular, how much better things like water and elements and honestly things like fur and like hair have gotten so much better.
The hair in this looks incredible.
Yeah.
No pun. God damn it. I was going to get through one of these without a fucking pun. Incredible. It's incredible, guys.
Oh, my God. Did you see? I get it, because you saw a movie called The Incredibles.
Was The Incredibles 2 incredible too?
Yeah, because the first one's good, but the second one's incredible too. All right. That's enough of
that. But no, the animation's great. It all looks up to par. God damn it, that was another fucking pun. Fuck. Par.
Oh,
Helen,
the pars.
Fuck me.
Okay, so speaking of the pars.
Yes.
So it seems like the main point of friction, at least from the trailer, it seemed to be setting up was sort of a Mr. Mom-esque thing.
Yeah.
So Helen's got this new. What is her? Without giving away everything, what exactly is her new job?
Well, so they're approached early on by Bob Odenkirk's character, who is like he's a huge like.
So he's basically reminding me of the agent in Bolt.
Kind of. I mean, he's basically like a Elon Musk type dude. Like he's a big tech guy, and he's like he loves superheroes, and he's like the reason why superheroes aren't liked as much, or the reason why they're illegal, is not because people are ignorant, but it's because of the perception. People see a broken train and like all this damage, and then they see the superhero getting led away. That's all they see. So like he installs body cams on, or he invites Frozone, Mr. Incredible, and Elastigirl, and like gives them new suits with like body cams on them, and says like, we're gonna have you guys go out and we're gonna launch a new, we're gonna relaunch you guys, and we're gonna do it with this so that people can see what you're doing and know that you're trying.
So it's like some GoPro shit.
Yeah, and then they say, with Elastigirl, they say we're going to start with Elastigirl. We're going to do a soft launch because we've done a cost-benefit analysis, and she causes the least amount of damage out of you three.
Oh, okay. I was going to... Because that's the one question I had is, like, why her specifically?
They actually sold that pretty well. And
that actually makes perfect sense, because you got a dude chucking icicles or a super strong dude.
Right, and naturally, Bob Parr doesn't take entirely well to this. He's a little offended, and some people were a little bit offended by like how he reacted, and like maybe he's a little too mean-spirited or jealous, and I didn't think it was that. Like, even at the end of the day, he says like, look, you can either take this job, or I can, spend the next 2 weeks looking for a job, and then we all starve. So he's like, at the end of the day, go ahead. Like, you gotta support us, man.
Right.
So it's not bad. Like, and the Mr. Mom stuff, it's like, we've seen it all before, but it's funny. Like, I've never seen it with the super baby before.
See, that's what I figured. Is it's like if you're gonna sort of run through sort of tired or things we've seen before, cliches, what have you. If you put your own spin on it, it's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Some cliches and tropes work.
Right.
So that's why they're used so often.
Yeah.
So what about the kids? Did they really have much to do in this? Because it seems like the main focus, I mean, at least from what it seemed like, is that they're there, but the focus is obviously on the parents.
I would say that's definitely the case, with a special emphasis on Elastigirl. Like, it's maybe 60-40 Elastigirl to Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
The kids are there, and I would say Violet has the most going on. She's going through, adolescence, and she has, boy troubles and such. None of that was bad. Dash has significantly less to do. Like, pretty much his only thing that he's got going on is he just has schoolwork, and Mr. Incredible has problems with new math, as they say in the trailer.
he doesn't get it. That was pretty funny.
But towards the end, they definitely have a lot to do. In fact, the third act is like, I want to say, initiated by them. Okay. So there's a lot on them, a lot for them to do towards the end.
What about some Edna mode?
There was a distinct lack of Edna mode in this.
Oh, that's a shame.
She really has like one or two scenes to shine. They're great scenes, and it's good to hear Brad Bird back in the saddle.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's so weird, but awesome. I can't see anybody else's Edna mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's great. My real only problem with this movie was the villain. And
who is the villain?
so it's this guy, the screen slaver, and he's pretty much there just to, take over screens for people and hypnotize them. Pretty simple. And I thought that the way he's depicted throughout the movie is actually pretty good. Like, there are a lot of great scenes. There's one in an apartment.
So what you're saying is he's like Mark Zuckerberg, man.
Weird. Exactly. He's not a lizard, though.
No,
not a lizard
that's
person.
right.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I don't. I was just.
I'm just kidding, Mark. Let us promote this. Keep letting us promote this podcast on your website.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You're assuming he gives a shit or knows
right.
who we are at all.
Oh no, I know you, Robert Riley, who lives on such and such street.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. By the way, how was watching the Cubs game yesterday?
Yes. Oh,
I noticed
God.
you got up during the 7th inning. What was that about?
He's fucking Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Basically, yeah.
But
anyway,
the screen slaver, the way he's depicted throughout, the movie for the most part is good. He's very scary. There's a scene in an apartment that's really spooky and interesting, but there's a reveal with this character. You get to finally see their worldview, why they're doing what they're doing, their motives, and where those motives came from, and it just didn't work.
Okay.
It's just not Syndrome. That's all I can say.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I liked about Syndrome is it was so personal with him.
Oh, yeah.
But it also had a larger scope of things.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked about with Syndrome is it was sort of like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm not the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
It like sort of plays it off like, come on, you got me all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was a little more evil, you'd say?
More evil, and I just thought that they try to explain why they think the way they do.
Okay.
And it just doesn't work. Like,
right.
I was saying, like, why would you think that? You should be thinking this other thing. Like, it
All
was
right.
it was so underdeveloped that, like, I was thinking, like, okay, how would I fix this problem if I was in the writer's room on that day or something? Like, what would I have done differently? Because this just doesn't work. And it's, like, a very easy-to-fix problem with that character, but I don't know.
Well, I might see this. So
It's real enjoyable.
You'd give it a...
7.5.
7.5.
That's a good time.
So you like movies about children being decapitated more than cartoons.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. Hey, straight from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
So you gave Hereditary an 8,
Mm-hmm.
and you gave this 7.5 bags of popcorn.
Yes. But I will say,
7.5 out of 10.
I would much rather see this again. I actually saw this twice.
Oh, did you?
Much rather see this a third time than ever seeing Hereditary a second time.
Because it's just rough.
It's just rough.
No, I know what you mean. There's a lot of good movies that I'd never want to see again.
Yeah.
Namely, Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, boy.
That's one I'm not revisiting. But boy, was it good.
Yes.
Not good like, oh, I feel good. What a satisfying experience. Like, holy shit, that was depressing, but it was well done.
Mm-hmm.
So that does it for our reviews. Again, that was Hereditary and Incredibles. Now we're bringing back another edition of Guess How Many, where the game is simple. You just have to guess how many sequels, or rather, how many installments are in a given franchise.
All right.
All right. Would you like to get started?
I sure would.
All right. Your first thing that you have to guess. How many Scream movies are there?
4?
That is correct. That was a softball. I wasn't sure if maybe you thought like there was a weird...
Well, because I know the TV, and I was like, that's not a movie. That's
Yeah.
not an installment, technically. So
I don't know. Yeah, so you did well.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one... I like all 4 of them. I don't know about you.
I've seen 1 and 4.
You haven't seen 2 and 3?
No.
Ooh, 2's a pretty good one. 3's... I mean, they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
I like all 4 of them quite a bit.
I got one for you.
What do you got?
How many Donnie Darko movies have there been?
Oh, I'm going to go with... I don't know. I'm going to say 3?
Oof, there's 2.
Oh, damn it.
There
See,
was
I thought that might have been 2 and that you were tricking me.
Yeah, there's
you,
the first
you done
one.
got me.
First one in 01, and then S. Darko in 2009.
Okay, well, you done fooled me. But I'll get you back.
Uh-oh.
How many Star Trek movies are there?
Oh, fuck. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
9?
Oh, that is incorrect.
Is it 10?
There are 13.
Oh, fuck.
Because there are 10 original and then 3 in the new timeline.
Damn it.
So the bonus point would have been that breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for playing.
All right.
All right. What's my next one?
I got one for you.
What you got?
How many Ralphie Parker / Christmas Story movies have there been?
2?
There have been 4
What?
Ralphie Parker movies.
No way.
Now, bear with me here.
All right, explain this.
There was a Christmas Story in 1983.
Right.
Then there was a TV movie about... it was based on the same franchise by Gene Shepard.
Okay.
About Ralphie Parker in his teenage years called Ollie Hopnoodle's Haven of Bliss. Came out in 1988.
Weird.
Then there was a movie. I remember this movie. They showed it on fucking Disney Channel. I remember it being really weird because I'm like, is this supposed to be a sequel to Christmas Story?
Yeah.
It's called My Summer Story / it was like released under the name It Runs in the Family in 1994.
Weird. I've never heard of this.
It had like Kieran Culkin in it and Charles Grodin was the old man.
No way.
Yeah, and Mary Steenburgen was the mom.
Weird.
I know.
That like sort of makes sense in some odd way.
And then you had the cinematic stillbirth that was A Christmas Story 2 in 2012.
Wow, I had no idea that there's all those spin-offs.
See, I knew about the 3. I didn't know about Ollie Hopnoodle's Haven of Bliss, which is a fantastic title.
See, I only knew about the sequel, and I thought you were trying to done fool me again.
No, it's pretty
you,
weird.
You done fooled me.
Indeedy.
Twice. All right. 2 can play at that game. Tell your next thing that you must guess. Tell me, Robert, how many Ghoulies films are there?
5?
There's actually 4.
Damn it. Okay.
I've seen the first one only, but I imagine the other 3 have little monsters that pop out of fountains and toilets and what have you.
I would imagine so.
Also worth noting, that's a very small amount of sequels for, Charles Band Productions.
Yes.
Because that guy, he's like, no, we're not done here. He's like, we're going to keep making them.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
All right.
You're pretty good on that one.
You did. You fooled me. But, Alex, how many Crow movies were there?
Oh, okay. I know there's a bunch. Okay, let's see. There's 1, City of Dark, like Angels or some shit. It's either 3 or 4. 3?
There are 5?
Oh, wow.
I put down 4 earlier, but I guess there is a 5th one. There is, let's see. Oh, no, that was just the TV show. So the original 4 are The Crow in 94, The Crow City of Angels in 96.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
The Crow Salvation in 2000, and then The Crow Wicked Prayer in 2005.
Okay, I did not know about Wicked Prayer.
Yeah, and then there's that Crow reboot that's been happening since fucking ever.
Well, no, that's done now.
Is it done forever? Because I swear, like The Crow himself, that movie was dead many times.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Perhaps Jason Momoa will resurrect the Crow movie.
Oh, man, here comes that pun for when that eventually happens from IndieWire or whoever.
Yeah. Crow Resurrection, Part 7. I don't know.
Dear.
That's weird, though, because it's like, I don't understand how movies like just slip under the radar like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, your next one you must tell me. How many Land Before Time movies are there?
7?
There's 14.
Fucking what? 14 fucking...
Yeah.
What?
There's 14 of them. Interesting fact about that. Only, let's see. Okay, here we go. The first one was the only one to go to theaters. The rest were all direct-to-video.
See, I know that there was at least like 6 of them because I remember seeing a Land Before Time 6 preview in front of like one of the movies I used to watch as a kid.
They've all got these epic names: Land Before Time, The Great Valley Adventure, Time of the Great Giving, and that's not as cool. But the rest are Journey Through the Mists, The Mysterious Island, The Secrets of Saurus Rock, The Stone of Cold Fire. That doesn't really make much sense. The Big Breeze, Journey to Big Water. That kind of sounds like broken English. The Great Longneck Migration, Invasion of the Tiny Sauruses, The Great Day of the Flyers, The Wisdom of Friends, and Journey of the Brave.
Okay.
Journey of the Brave being the most recent, 2016. In fact, all 14 movies were released in a complete collection DVD set in 2016.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because the first one, I think it was at least produced by Steve Spiels, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Amblin Entertainment and Lucasfilm. Wow. What a couple of groups working on that. Oh yeah, Don Bluth. And then man. It's like the next one's like, nah, fuck it. Like, who cares?
God, also, I need to catch up.
You know what's funny? I used this one just because I knew there's so many. I've never seen any of them.
Not even the first?
No.
Oh, wow.
It's one of my rare blind spots with animation.
It's sad. The first one is.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. All right, Jesus. Moving along.
Okay, how many Alex Cross movies are there?
Oh, my God. 4.
There's just the 3. You got Kiss the Girls in 97, 2001's Along Came a Spider, and then the Tyler Perry Monstrosity in 2012.
Wait, is that all one character?
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure, because I feel like those have nothing to do with each other.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of, like, the old, like, Morgan Freeman, like, what was that movie, Double Jeopardy? It was, like, also Morgan Freeman and Ashley Judd. Like, wasn't that Along Came a Spider that she was in? Or was she in Kiss... She was in Kiss the Girls, right?
Whatever. All I remember about Double Jeopardy is I was like, this is stupid. This is the exact same movie as The Fugitive.
But not as good.
Yeah, not as good, but Tommy Lee Jones is there to be like, I want every penthouse outhouse searched. It's like, I want every penthouse outhouse searched. It's like, this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
This whole shtick.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie then. I think High Crimes is the Ashley Judd, Morgan Freeman one. I always thought that was an Alex Cross one, but it's like, nah, it's just different.
Apparently not.
Oh, boy.
All right. Moving along. Tell me, Robert, how many Bring It On movies are there?
3?
There are 6.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, there's been a bunch of them.
Who let that happen?
I'm fairly certain almost none of them have any recurring characters. It's just like, let's move on from one school to the next.
I know that... Oh.
Okay, so we've got the first one, 2000, directed by Ant-Man director Peyton Reed.
Yeah.
Bring It On Again, which I don't know. And then there's the third one, which... What's her face is in it? From Heroes?
Oh, Hayden Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere was in it, so like... And I think like Beyonce Knowles' kid or something.
Okay. How many of them had Kirsten Dunst? Just the first one?
I'm pretty sure just the first one.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm wrong. Oh no, yeah, that does have Solange Knowles. I was right.
Jesus.
So Solange Knowles. And then like the fourth one I think was just like, I don't know who any of these people are. Let's see. Ashley Benson. Who's that? I don't know her. Cassandra Serbo.
Okay.
Wait, Ashley Benson. No, that name sounds familiar.
She was on like some show. Like she was a TV actress. I gotta imagine.
She was on. Oh, she was on that Pretty Little Liars show.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
And she's had some roles on like How I Met Your Mother and
she was in
Family
Pixels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. She was the like video game girl with the sword or whatever.
Okay. She was also in Spring Breakers.
Oh, yeah, okay. I knew her from somewhere. Spring Breakers. What a movie. I can't decide if that's just like a 1 out of 5 or a 2 out of 2 bombs.
Is it funny bad or just bad?
I can't describe it. It's like it's so bad, but it's like it's hilarious, but it's really, really, really pretentious at the same time.
Ooh. For Adam Sandler, that's not the best.
Oh no! You're talking about Spring Breakers.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pixels.
No, I'm talking about Spring Breakers.
Oh,
Pixels just sucks. It's just bad.
Ugh.
It's just your run-of-the-mill terrible movie.
Okay. Well,
so yeah. So then there was. Hold on. So what was it? I lost track of my. Okay, actually, gotta click back. Okay, here we go. So yeah, then it was In It to Win It, which has her in it. And then Fight to the Finish in 2009. And then Bring It On Worldwide Cheer Smack in 2017.
Great title.
Worldwide Cheer Smack. I'm gonna
best
okay,
title.
Let's see. Wow. Listen to this synopsis. Is this not like literally all of them to some extent? In an attempt to take down rival cheer squad, The Truth, Cheer Captain Destiny decides that she will bring Blake and his male street dancers onto her squad, the Rebels. Despite best intentions, the groups do not mesh well together initially.
Oh God.
This is like all those like dude bro like direct to video movies, except in like replace sorority and fraternity have to live with each other with like Cheer Squad and Rebel Dance Crew.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Wow.
Boy.
So yeah, apparently there's 6 of them.
Well, that's
Worldwide
six.
Is that the worst name you've ever heard or what? Cheer Smack? What the fuck is that? Is that like some hashtag? You got cheer smacked, bro.
Doesn't even make sense. Like pitch slap, I get. It's like,
my god, there is a hashtag in the title.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hashtag cheer smack, brah. Oh my god.
What a world.
Stop. Okay, it's worldwide cheer smack, stylized as Bring It On, worldwide hashtag cheer smack.
I'm a big fan of that. I
All
like
right.
my movie titles as complicated as possible. But anyway,
Right.
Alex, how many Jarhead movies are there?
There's 3.
You're right. There are 3.
I don't know why I know that. I just looked it up, and it's just like weird because it seems like that's a kind of movie that doesn't get a sequel.
Yeah, you're like this
at
is
all.
based on like a dude's memoir.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like that'd be like Old Man in the Sea getting like a sequel. Actually, you know what? I spoke too soon. That might happen.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh God. Well,
Oh man.
well done.
Okay. Your next one. How many vacation movies are there?
Vacation, Christmas Vacation. You're 5, including the reboot.
Wrong. There's actually 7.
7?
There's apparently 2 spin-offs.
What?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. It's got all the ones that you named plus National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, which is
What?
a TV film.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Oh, actually, sorry. One was a short film, Hotel Hell. I won't count that, but you're still off by 1.
Damn.
So there are 6. Sorry, not 7. There are 6.
Who was in Christmas Vacation 2? Wasn't it fuck. It was there was like a pretty larger actor in that.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid, yeah.
Randy Quaid was
about,
in it.
It was about Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, okay, so it's Cousin Eddie and his whole little family, I guess.
Oh dear God.
Eric Idle was he was playing the bike riding dude again.
Okay. Oh,
I was like, oh no, don't worry about it.
That's so weird. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the easy question stop here, Alex.
All right.
How many Lassie movies are there?
Ooh. God, that was a good one. Okay, I'm gonna guess 6.
There are 11 Lassie movies.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not going to give the dates, but I'll give all of them. Lassie Come Home, Son of Lassie, Courage of Lassie, Hills of Home, The Sun Comes Up, Challenge to Lassie, The Painted Hills, Lassie's Great Adventure, Magic of Lassie, Lassie, and then Lassie in
What?
2005.
Oh, there's a couple remakes in there.
There was a remake in 94 and then a remake in 05.
Well, now that you reminded me of like dog movies, I've got one for next time.
Oh, God.
I've got a few.
You're going to hit me with Benji?
No, much worse than that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Where the Red Fern Grows?
No, there's gonna be plenty more of that.
Oh, dear God.
Let's see. Well, in the meantime, you know what? It's unfortunate. I think I used up my hardest ones. But here's sort of layup.
Mm-hmm.
How many? Oh, motherfucker. Well, I guess I gave away at least one. How many I Know What You Did Last Summer movies are there?
Are there 3?
There are 3.
There's I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And is it I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer?
Let's see.
I
believe you are correct. Yeah.
Because that's just that's a trilogy that writes itself.
Always, yeah. So you just guessed that, didn't you?
I did.
That's kind of hilarious. It's like, I know. It's like, I've got it. It's like, let me guess. How did you know?
That's a trilogy that writes itself.
This guy, I kept telling you he's writing Prodigy. They're the writer's room.
Dear God.
Yeah. You know the problem with 3 is they kind of, it's like calling something the final chapter. It's like, now if you make another one, you're going to look awfully silly.
Yeah.
It's like, Jason's dead. He's not coming back. Oh, is he now?
What do you call that sequel then?
What's like, you know what you'd call it? It'd just be like, I told you, I'll always know. Jesus. No, that's what it's called. I told you, I'll always know.
Jesus.
Sigh, Jesus. There we go. So that's, I don't know how many. Okay, let's tally up. You missed, let's see. You got some Scream.
I think
You got some,
I think I had one more.
Oh, you do?
I sure do, and it's the hardest one.
Okay.
Alex, how many Zatoichi movies are there?
Oh my god. You just this is like the trolliest one.
Yep. Give me a number.
Oh, 19.
There are 29.
Oh,
If you include a couple of remakes and spin-offs.
really?
As for the originals, there's 26. But Takeshi Kitano made a remake of a...
Did he?
In 2003.
Really?
There's also a movie...
What, was he in it? Or, was he the star?
I know he appeared in it. I don't know if he played... Yeah, no, he's Zatoichi.
No kidding.
Yeah, I never knew that either. I'm like,
Wow.
that's weird. They also... Toho released a new Zatoichi movie called Zatoichi the Last 8 years ago.
Really?
We're due for one, guys. Get us a new Zatoichi.
Hollywood.
Get on it.
Get on it.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's see. You got Scream.
Mm-hmm.
You got let's see. You got I Know What You Did Last Summer. So you got 2. Oh wait, hold on. Did you get Ghoulies correct?
I did not.
Okay, so you got 2. How did I do?
I think you just got the Jarhead one.
That's it?
I think so.
Hold on.
Jarhead, Zatoichi, Donnie Darko you didn't get.
No, I got that wrong.
Alex Cross you didn't get.
Nope.
What was the other
Crow
one?
I didn't
Crow
get.
you didn't get. Christmas Story you didn't get.
Nope.
And then Last you didn't get.
Wow, so you beat me by a 2-1 score.
It was close. This one was scrappier than last time.
Oh, it was. I felt like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Again, it's like it's bad enough where you can literally predict it and predict what's going to be called.
Man.
All I need to do, but the thing is, like, who's to say? Well, if it's a different fisherman, like do they just start over? Is it just called I Know What You Did Last Summer?
It could.
Well, what if they made another one after that?
Oh, God. Well,
But it was a different fisherman
then
and
it
a
would,
different set of kids.
Oh.
It'd still be I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That is true. It would be the remake. It'd be the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
But
I'm aware of what you did last summer.
I'm aware of what you did last summer.
I'm aware of what you did 365 days ago, give or take.
I am conscious of.
I'm cognizant of.
Yeah, I'm cognizant
of the fact
the indiscretions
that have occurred
that you and your cohorts committed against me, hitherto and including bodily grievous bodily. It's just like a
C-section D.
Yeah, it's just like a courtroom document. All right, so you did good, kid. You beat me 2-1. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to do another round of Adapt This. It's a simple game where we just give each other horrible ideas of things to adapt. All right, Robert, you know what your first premise is?
What?
All right. You have to adapt a version of the Ninja Turtles, except they mutate back into humans or whatever.
Oh, no. This is you just spoke this movie into existence.
Sure did.
Here's what's going to happen. They're going to morph into people, and they're going to be played by Jake Johnson. Let's see.
Can Paul Shore be in this?
Pauly Shore. He can be Splinter.
Michelangelo.
Oh, Michelangelo, yes.
Because he's like, oh.
They're gonna be like, Mike,
Weasel.
why? Yeah, they'll be like, why are you 55 years old? And he's gonna be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm Michael Weasel.
Yeah, and we'll get like
shit like that.
I don't know. We'll fill out the cast will fill itself out. That's
Okay.
so they're gonna go to high school.
Jake John, who the hell is that?
The guy from New Girl.
Oh God.
Yes, it's gonna be bad. Remember, this is gonna be bad.
So him, let's see, Pauly Shore. Let's see. Jamie Bell. What's that kid's name? The guy who plays Ben Grimm.
Yeah, from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let's just have him in there for the hell of it.
Yeah, and then Miles Teller.
Yeah, a little Fantastic Four reunion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if Andrew Garfield's still
sure, why not?
Still feeling down about.
He's got that New York accent on the shelf.
Yeah. So
they're going to high school and you know they're adjusting to life and they're like, wow, we're really popular now. Like we're cool. But guess what happens, man? Guess what the arc of this movie is?
What?
They start like being assholes because they're people and people suck. So so they're like, yeah, man, let's just like fuck pizza. Like let's eat like quinoa. Like let's eat like the pizza with the crust is made out of quinoa and like let's like, you know, go to dances and like, you know, hang out at the mall and shit. And like I don't know. Who do you think should be the guy that shows up to be like, you guys have changed? You think it should be Splinter?
Yeah, Splinter's like, you have changed.
Yeah. And then it's like, man, we got to figure out how to change back. And then...
Okay, first of all, I've got a suggestion for the ending.
Yes.
They forget that they're not turtles anymore, and they try and deflect bullets shot at them with their backs. And
Yeah.
they just get shot.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, yeah. That's how the movie ends.
Yes. They just die.
We've got a movie. This is a good teen.
This is a good cautionary tale.
Cautionary drama. Don't be a jerk. Oh, and also the foot soldiers are like, you know, we always get our ass kicked when we fight them. Why don't we just shoot them instead? Like, Splinter or Shredder's like, you know, that's not my usual ninja thing, but sure, why not?
Is Shredder the principal?
Shredder, yes, Shredder is definitely the principal.
Are they causing hijinks throughout the school? And Shredder's just all like, ooh.
And he's played by Dylan Baker.
Yes.
Legendary that guy actor, Dylan Baker.
I can dig it.
All right, yeah, we got a movie. All right. You got a premise for me? What do I got to adapt?
Let's see.
Remember, it can be a commercial, a toy, a product.
I want you to adapt a Flo the Progressive Girl movie into a...
Oh, no. Please don't make me.
Into a fictional biopic about Flo's life and why she wanted to be a progressive person.
Okay, so she's from, like, Arkansas. And, oh, wait, fictional, so it can be totally made up.
Oh, yeah. Well, because she's made up.
Okay, she is, Okay, she is related to, I don't know. Fuck it. Abraham Lincoln? Okay, she was actually born at the same time as Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
And they grew up together.
Oh, wow.
But she just doesn't age. She's got, like, some weird thing. She's got that, like, Benjamin Button shit.
But it's like it freezes her at a certain age.
Yeah, it freezes her to the age she is now. So it turns out Abraham Lincoln, and, like, the reason why no one, like, knew that is because, like, Mary Todd was just such a handful. She's like, oh my God.
Causing such a ruckus.
She's like, I thought I was annoying. So she just, like, runs away. Oh, she can also go, like, weeks without food or water.
Oh, wow.
She's just
horrifying.
Yeah. She's just a survivor, if you will. So she's just upper echelon when it comes to survival skills.
Okay.
So she learns to hunt, and she's not quite feral, but she stops bathing.
It's gonna be a long movie.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Dude, it's like a period piece. It's gonna be like one of those like you know in Walk the Line where it's like he thinks about his whole life before he goes on stage.
Okay.
That'll be this movie. She's about to go on stage at some like weird like convention. There's like 30 people in the audience. And it's like a bad like over what are those like fluorescent lights? It's like some crappy like back office room. It's like, what is she doing? She's thinking about her life. So
leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone. And she's like smoking the big cig, like the extra. You know what are the long ones?
I don't know the penguin ones.
No. Just the
Cobblepot ones.
That's not what I was going for, but yes, that's what she's smoking. So she's a feral animal, and basically, you know what the movie is? It's just 200 years of her killing mountain lions with her bare hands. And then she shows up all bloody and like roaring and shit in the progressive office. No, the progressive guy's like, we need a new thing. We need something crazy. She just bursts in the door all covered in blood and shit. It's like, rah, like holding the heart of a mountain lion. She takes a bite out of it. It's like, now that's what I'm talking about. And that's the story of Flo.
When did this become a Ted Nugent biopic? But I like it.
I have no idea how I thought of that. Oh man,
that's okay though. I'm on board with this. The dark and gritty stuff is in right now.
Okay, so you have to adapt. Did we already do Hungry Hungry Hippos?
No, we didn't.
All right, then that's what you got to adapt. Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Any specific genre?
Okay, it's Hungry Hungry Hippos, but it's like Tron sort of.
Tron? Oh man, so
it's like Or do you want me to go like way off the cuff and give you something like impossibly hard and weird?
Oh man, sock it to me.
Okay, so I've already used addiction drama is usually my go-to for
Yes.
like rando genres. Okay, it's Hungry Hungry Hippos, but it's oh, here we go. It's like one of those gross out dude bro direct to DVD like, bro, we gotta get you laid movies. like in the vein of the like American Pie direct to video sequels.
Okay, I like this. So
Right.
it's a classic. There's 4 of them. There's the 4 hippos. There's the what are they all? Hungry. What are the colors?
It's like pink, orange, red, and yellow or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's like green, red.
Green. Yeah, we got green, red, blue, and yellow. So the green, red, blue, and yellow. They're all like
Whoa, green, red, blue, and yellow. What Hungry Hungry Hippos were you playing?
I guess there's different versions. Green, yellow, orange, and pink also is another one.
I think that's the.
Okay, we'll go with the OG. So the orange hippo.
Yeah.
He's just graduating hippo school.
Hippo College. And he is so he's never eaten before. Don't ask me how. Hold on. We gotta have a line in there. It's like, have you ever thought there's more to life than just eating balls?
You're writing the trailer for me. This movie writes itself.
I was just like, how can we not have this? Like, dude, bro, like, yeah, like, you gotta live a little, bro.
Yeah, he's never eaten balls before. So it's just like, this whole movie's about, these guys are like, dude, you gotta take you to eat balls. So they gotta go to the ball arena, where all the balls come out into the arena, the white one specifically.
Yeah.
And they're waiting in line for, like, their chance to go and eat the balls in the arena. And then, they encounter many obstacles on the way there,
All right, so this isn't. So what we're doing this time is, instead of it being about like a typical like virginity pact movie, it's about compete. Now, is it about competing or just eating?
It's about eating. It's about eating the balls of life.
Okay. Are we? Well, we gotta shoehorn in some B story.
Oh yeah, there's a female hippo.
Oh yeah, it's like he sees her like she's in the arena too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's the thing. Is he wants to impress her.
Yeah, and it's like she's like one of those indie like manic pixie dream girl type girls.
Oh,
and
you mean
it's
like the one in that episode of American Dad?
Yeah, with the guitar case.
And she's
Or
so
the cello
annoying.
case.
what does she say? She's
I
like,
don't even know.
sometimes I wear roller skates to like something. Like she says something and she's like, oh my god.
So
please
she's
stop.
at this thing.
She's like one of those people.
Yeah. She encounters them all. She encounters our orange hippo all throughout the road trip, and then she finally ends up there. And she's on the way there, like all throughout their thing. She's challenging his beliefs. She's like, "Why do you want to go and eat balls?" And he's like, "Because my friends want me to do. It's gonna make me cool." And she's like, "Eating balls is what makes you cool. Have you ever thought about that?" And he's like, "Oh my god!" And then she shows up there, and he's like, "Why are you here? Are you here to eat balls too?" And she's like, "No, I just wanted to be here." And he's like, "Whoa!" It
It's
really
like,
gives
wow,
him
you're
pause.
such an annoying contrarian. I get you.
It really gives him pause. So he's got to learn to eat. He's got to choose whether to please his 4 friends.
But I thought he was doing this to impress her.
Well, that's what he's got to decide. Well, she doesn't. That's the second act turning point. He gets there and he realizes, holy shit, she doesn't even want me to eat these balls. She thinks it's lame. What do I do? Do I impress this girl, or do I leave my friends? Do I impress them? Do I make it? Make myself the hippo I want to be in their eyes.
Okay, so this movie officially makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, we've contradicted the plot several times, but you know what? I think we've got a movie.
Yes, this is going to be a very daring board game adaptation.
Sure will be.
Much more than Battleship.
Okay, then. You got one for me.
Yes. Well, in the vein of board games, I want you to...
Oh, we're going all board games?
Did we do all board? Well, I gave you... Oh, for this round.
Okay, so whatever. Just... Okay, yeah, fuck it. We'll do board games this round.
I want you to make Kerplunk.
What the fuck is Kerplunk?
You've never heard of Kerplunk?
I don't think so.
Oh, so it's basically like... Actually, I'll give you an easier one.
Yeah, just...
Jenga, the disaster movie.
Oh, that's so easy. Okay, so it's like in the future, it's like this man, he made us the newest building, and it's all like Elon Musk, like it's like playing that like Philip Glass music. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's a new day in Jenga Tower.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like, what are you talking about? He created a new sustainable polycarbon, non-toxic science words
building,
environmental building. It's totally impenetrable, impregnable. Wait, impregnable? Just shut up and let me finish my sciencey words. Impregnable, indestructible, invincible, like building.
Yeah.
I'm wasting too much time. Anyway, it's a building. And it's made out of Jenga bricks. Mm-hmm. Little did they know, like, the slightest of winds, like, tips it over. I don't know why. They're in the middle of... They're in the middle of, like, Montana. And for some reason in the future, Montana has no winds. Also, there's, like, an ocean that just starts nearby for no reason. Like, things have floated away. Like, it's... You know, fuck it. Montana is now an island.
Oh, man.
And on this island, there's lots of grizzly bears. Like, the few that were left, like, conservationists, like, really worked hard, and they got the job done. There's more grizzly bears than there are people.
Oh, man.
So, like, they live in this tower. Like, they legit can't leave. But all of a sudden, the pieces start to float away. And it's like that Tool song, I Know the Pieces Fit, because I watched them float away.
But slow, with piano, and then, like, a female...
Yeah. The fucking trailer. Dun, 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 dun. This summer, I watched the piece. I know the pieces fit. I watch them float away. It's like Nora Jones or some shit, but like creepier, with like diminished and like ascending scale notes that just sound scary.
Okay.
All right, so that song is playing while the pieces are indeed floating away.
Is this going to star The Rock?
Yeah, I mean, this is basically like an even worse version of Skyscraper.
I was going to say, can we fit this into the Skyscraper franchise as
You know what? I'll do you one better. This is a crossover extravaganza. What movie is this? Adapt this super movie.
Shit.
So yes, it is part of the Skyscraper franchise.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it's just about the pieces floating away, and in true Day After Tomorrow fashion, we're just going to add animals for no reason because it's bad. So, grizzly bears.
Oh, man.
And
wow.
It's called Jenga Towers and the Bears. Or Jenga Tower and the Bears.
Jesus. You're really, really... really just blowing my mind. I bought this movie at Jenga. I bought this movie because of me. I gave you the idea and I trusted you, and I knew it was going to be viable.
Well, this is working out. Okay, so I have to give you one, okay?
Okay.
It's Candyland, except it's like a despotic, like shitty, post-apocalyptic world.
Let me refresh myself with the Candyland.
You know,
characters.
I don't remember the characters.
Well, that's important. Characters, everything.
Okay, should I just give you a new one then?
No. I got him here. Okay. So I'm gonna be very, very what do you call it with the characters? Like I'm gonna be very general with the characters. So the bad guy, of course, is the red guy. He's you see this guy, the guy with the weird stockings and the red cap and like the cane. That licorice fucking guy. He's the bad guy.
Captain Licorice. Yeah. Yeah, okay, this is coming back to me.
He's the bad guy. He took over Candyland and made everything licorice. But not just not red licorice. No. He made everything black licorice. Holy fuck.
And does it have heroin in it?
Why not?
Okay, definitely, yeah.
It's even worse than it's even worse than regular licorice. Lord Licorice, yes.
Lord, yeah, that's his name.
He's fucking up Candyland. So it's up to...
He's pushing his junk in Candyland.
Yes, very Narnia-esque. These kids are transported there, and they have to stop him. It's that simple, Alex. They meet a bunch of people along the way. They meet Fudge Guy, the guy with the fudge guy and the pizza tie. I don't know his name. What What the fuck is his name?
Okay, we need more like drug pushers and swearing and violence. This is a Scorsese This is a Scorsese joint.
So the candy canes are guns.
Okay, I like that.
And the cars. What are the cars? Let's say there's just like the cars are like, like candy bars or like little mini like like the little mini like fucking Mr. Goodbar shits you get for fucking Christmas. Like those are the cars.
Okay.
Or like the little like Scion is like a Ferrero Rocher.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Did you know that this game? Holy shit! No way. This says it's from '49. That is not.
What?
No way. That is not true.
No fucking way. Wait a second. Yeah, no, it says 49.
Wow. Anyway, well, the Milton Bradley version obviously was.
That's fucking great. The game was designed in 1948 by Eleanor Abbott while she was recovering from polio.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what else? Did you know that it takes 3 minutes to set up?
3 minutes.
15 to 21 minutes to play.
Well, Eleanor, you are in for a surprise because we're going to take your treasured idea and fill it with hookers, guns, and all sorts of drugs. It's just going to be the greatest goddamn thing ever. It's going to be like Shaft meets Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That sounds amazing. All right. Well, you didn't give me a lot of specifics other than the candy canes are guns.
Candy canes are guns. The cars are candy bars. They're candy cars.
Okay. And does the race down the colorful road have a... It's like,
It's a giant race.
Okay, I got it. Here, I'll help you out. So, like, the main, like, crack dealer, he's at the end, and it's like, we gotta get through this tunnel thing.
Oh, man.
But we can only move so many steps at a time.
So it's gonna be like mile 22, a little bit of that, too, or 16 blocks.
You know, it's like 16 blocks, but in Candyland, and with lots of crack and heroin.
I like
and some
that.
hookers, and some cars, and some tough guys, and...
The fudge guys can be the tough guys.
All right, there we go.
All right, so your next one is going to be a beloved of mine, Roller Coaster Tycoon, the movie.
Okay.
Did you ever play?
Yes. Actually, I've got it.
Okay.
This is going to be... it's going to be a movie about omnipotence.
Oh, no.
Because all of a sudden, these roller coasters, people can't discuss... The scientists can't discover why. But some of the tracks just, like, disappear and shit. Like while they're making it, it's like, what? Then people are just dying at all these roller coaster places. It's like, what's going on? And then finally, there's this one roller coaster. It just keeps going up. And it's like, what is going on? It's like, how is this possible? They're going to die once they reach space. But then, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, oh, like, shit just is built around it. And it just keeps going. And then, like, they meet God.
Oh, God.
And then, yeah. This is made by the God's Not Dead people.
Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
And you find...
that's the tagline.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Holy shit. So that's the movie.
So God's a sadistic bastard then.
Yes, in this version.
That's okay. Well, there'll be some, just like life. There'll be some rides that people live on and people will just be okay, and then there'll be other rides where people just die. It's part of God's plan.
This got weird.
Can there be a roller coaster that like goes into water? Like
yeah.
Oh, I
actually okay. I'm gonna make it even more crazy.
Oh God.
So the twist is they get to heaven, but it's really the devil in disguise.
Oh God.
He's kidnapped God and tied him up in the safe room.
Okay, the safe room and the heavenly.
And then at the end of the movie, he's like, "Wait, stop!" And he's like hobbling. He's like hopping forward with like a potato sack race because he's like everything's like tied behind his back and stuff. He's like, "I worked really hard to get this tape off my mouth. You gotta listen." And like, I don't know. It just like turns into Spawn for the last like 10 minutes.
Spawn and Constantine.
Basically, it's just like one of those weird like hell and devils and stuff. And it's like the roller coaster people are like, what the hell does this have to do with roller coasters?
Man.
Yeah.
And the audience says the same thing. This is like the best. This is the best of all the ideas because it's nothing like any audience member would ever expect. Because like they're gonna be walking in expecting like, yeah, good times, roller coasters, fun, but they're like, no, motherfucker, you're getting a theology lesson.
Yes, that's what It'd be like. It'd be the most mind-bending movie since Spring Breakers.
Yeah, and people will be like,
or possibly Mother.
Yeah, and people will be like, this sucks, and we'll be like, no, it doesn't. It said it in the tagline.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It said, holy shit. It was an obvious clue.
Come on, guys.
All right. That, no pun intended, went way off the rails.
Much like the roller coasters in that movie will.
Yeah. Oh,
and let's not hide anything either. Let's make it violent.
Oh, they're getting lightning shocked and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Zeus is there.
Also.
Yeah, we're just gonna make sure to make everyone mad.
So this is a crossover event.
Yes, so like we've already made people who are atheist mad by like making them watch a movie about God. Yeah, but then we make religious or Christians mad by including Zeus or whatever.
And Christians be like, God wouldn't let the devil tie him up with duct tape.
Yeah. And then like Hate is there.
Okay.
And Buddha is there. And then everyone's like, hey, Buddha's like, no, you motherfuckers, I'm Buddha, not that guy, I am.
Gautama.
Yeah. Or Siddhartha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all there.
Can we get Terrence Malick to direct this?
Yes. I was thinking maybe Terry Gilliam.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Actually, no. You know what? We need the Spring Breakers guy.
Okay.
Well, what the hell is his name?
Harmony Korine.
Yes, we need him. And God is played by what's her name?
Alanis Morissette.
No, she plays Jesus.
Okay, cool.
In this version,
I like that.
Like sometimes it's just interesting to switch it up.
Who plays God?
What's her name? Girl from Spring Breakers. The
Ashley Benson. Vanessa Hudgens?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Or does she play the devil? Or do we just want to use all the people from Spring Break? No.
Can this just be a
who's God? You know who's God? Yes.
James
Spring
Franco?
Breaker. Yes. James Franco plays... No, he plays the devil with the dreads and the grills and everything. Can he play both? Yes.
Can this
I
be
like that.
Holy God.
Wow, this movie just got weirder and weirder. Yeah, on that note, I'm putting the kibosh on it.
All right.
We got a movie?
Fine.
We got a movie?
Yes.
All right, we got a movie. All right, so thank you for listening to episode 16. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, SoundCloud, and of course on YouTube. Subscribe. Apparently there's this bell thing you're supposed to hit, so hit that. Thank you for listening.
Also, feel free and don't forget to check out our podcasts that our friends are doing, Hip Hop Heads Anonymous, and of course, Bad Movie Brunch. I'm really digging this roller coaster tycoon theological adventure, but there's not enough farts. That's my only gripe.
I got it. I can do you one better.
Oh, no.
Here's how you add your favorite thing in it. So they get like, oh, we're finally going to heaven. And they're trapped in a tube, right? And all of a sudden, they just hear this awful noise.
That's just truly
and then
cacophonous sound.
It's just a gigantic cloud.
Yeah, they go up into the clouds and they're like, these aren't clouds. Oh, man. It's late, people.
Yeah.
It's late. We've beaten the shit out of this idea. Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, the movie's called...
Oh, holy shit.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Fuck it. It's not the tagline. It's the subtitle. A Roller Coaster Tycoon, holy shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. This movie, it would make people think about what are video games. You're playing God, man.
Oh, man. This is a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yes, it is. We'll see if it pays off.
And James Franco is Satan and God.
He is Satan and God, and he's also the roller coaster operator because he shows up. He's like, and he shows up. He's like acting like riffraff. He's like, "Y'all be careful when you get on the ride."
I thought you were gonna say he was the fucking roller coaster. Like he's an anthropomorphic fucking roller coaster.
Yes,
that's the Pixar spinoff.
Okay, that's the Pixar spinoff. Okay, we're done. We're done.
That's too much ideas.
That's too much. Thank you for listening to episode 16. You're probably not listening by this point, but hey, whatever. Anyway, that's it. See you next week. Remember to follow us on Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. And remember to check out our friends' podcasts. It's Bad Movie Brunch and Hip Hop Heads Anonymous. That's it. We're out.